We'll go over the matchups here, just as usual. This loading screen might take a bit. We're gonna have Fiora top against Mundo top, Fiddlesticks jungle against Graves jungle. This is actually April 1st, the first day of patch 10.7. Not the first time we saw the rework Fiddlesticks, but it will definitely be the first time we cast the rework Fiddlesticks, so I'm excited. Mid lane is Victor against Pantheon. Bot lane, Vayne's Thresh against Ezreal Leona. As usual, we fast forward at the start of the game to catch up to live. And then we load up the scoreboard and we let it go.
Excellent.
Does look to be a pretty standard start overall. Actually, the most interesting pick in this game, actually not the Fiddle. Someone actually day one picked rework Fiddle in rank. That's beside the point, but Vayne here is pretty interesting.
Yeah, she doesn't really have a team that supports a Vayne.
Well, if she gets ahead on her own volition here, she can probably win a lot of fights just by herself. But the problem is she's not up against necessarily the best Vayne targets. Like, yeah, she can shred Mundo, but Ezreal usually aren't terrified of Vaynes. Because Ezreal can actually keep her away at arm's length, essentially. Leona can definitely just CC down on Vayne, but Vayne also shreds a Leona right back. She's one of the few AD carries that doesn't care that Leona has flat DR on her W. But the people that you want your AD carry to kill, like the squishies in this game, Victor and Ezreal are both capable of bursting out Vayne or outmatching a Vayne just by having superior range. Like the fact that Victor exists and is holding Death Ray and W, and if an Ezreal is just putting out Mystic shots in the back, it's very hard for a Vayne to actually go into any fights. So it's very interesting that there's actually a Vayne pick. I mean, it's definitely wouldn't be my snap reaction to be like, oh, they have Ezreal Victor, let's pick Vayne. Like, there are definitely a few better picks out there.
True. But then again, we have to remember the solo queue mentality of, I'm here to play my champion and no one else.
Yeah, maybe Roshi just saw Mundo and got really excited, but honestly, the rest of Red Team are really shaping up to be good matchups for her. We're not even talking about the Graves. They can just straight up smoke screen the Vayne and take her out of the fight completely. Oh, the Zenith Blade doesn't connect. Red Team wins the level 2 war, but they don't find the kill, or they don't force any summoners. Mundo is actually a pretty interesting pick as well. He actually, I don't know what rotation he picked this Mundo at, but into a Fiora and a Vayne, he's not gonna have the best time.
Phil going for the... Wait, sorry. Graves invading the Fiddlesticks.
Oh yeah. He does get reaped, so he's gonna be silenced. Fiddle's new E, not as cancerous as the Dark Wind, but Reap will still silence you if it hits you on the outer cone. And here comes the gank. Once again, he's silenced. You just can't do anything. First blood to the rework Scarecrow, and he wants more. Flash Terrify on the Victor. He's actually going to pop a harmless Scarecrow for no reason. It doesn't do anything in plain sight. Victor actually walks away. Oh boy. Fiddlesticks surprisingly didn't actually get bursted there by the Victor. That Flash Terrify, a little bit too ham. Oh, is this a tower dive from Fiora? She's actually gonna get it, but no, you can't parry tower shots.
And the Fiddle is demonstrating the Gromp and Blue buff at the same time, now that he can suck multiple targets at once.
Yes.
Interesting.
In fact, it's encouraged. It's encouraged to do that to multiple targets. It just increases your clear speed. It doesn't actually reduce damage from multiple targets, so might as well just do it. Oh, but he's gonna walk face first into Graves, and he's low. End of the line comes in. He's gonna be terrified, but Flash kill.
Ooh.
I eat ADC ass. Kills the Fiddlesticks. What does that name even mean? Decipher it for me.
I imagine he's a support main that got auto-filled to jungle.
What is the implication? You're gonna have to enlighten me. Like, is that a good thing or a bad thing that he eats ADC ass?
It's good for the AD carry.
I see. Alright, Fiora's gonna go for another trade maybe. Now for people joining us from the previous cast, this Fiora player was actually the Irelia from the previous cast.
Oh. Was that the Oh yes, okay. Who also lost last game.
Yeah, the Irelia definitely did not win last game. Although, of the people who were the problem last game, I don't think Irelia was one of them. For the most part, Irelia did do her job pretty well. It's just that there were some really ham engagers. But that's in the past now. Maybe this game, they'll find a better tank, better front line. Actually, they don't really have a good front line. They
don't. That's why.
Pantheon maybe, but you don't want a front line with a Pantheon. That's just not good. Also, I just accidentally put some music up on the background. Whoops, recording ruined.
Oh no.
Recording ruined.
Oh, no.
Gotta restart now.
Damn.
Oh,
no. It's copyright infringement.
All my work down the drain. I'll probably keep this footage, but it's valuable commentary that I don't want to throw away. But man, I accidentally tap back into my desktop and play music.
Can't you just mute that section or just skip it?
Studying whilst editing. Who do you think I am?
You need to hire an editor, Logan.
Well, first I need to make money from this.
You have to spend money to make money.
You know, like the first time I put together a montage, I uploaded it, and it got demonetized instantly.
What do you mean?
The first time I made a montage, it got caught by the automated system, immediately demonetized due to copyrighted music.
Oh, like why?
I got your video has been copyright struck message before the upload confirmation email hit my inbox. Like, that's how fast the system was. You know what? I'm never making money from this. Screw it. I'll just do this as a hobby. Meanwhile, trade here coming down from melee. Oh, that spear might have actually killed the Pantheon. The Reap doesn't find him. Reap's range is actually surprisingly long, huh? Like, he was standing pretty far away from the lane and actually caught halfway down it. It is definitely a really weird ability. It does complement Crowstorm a lot compared to Old Dark Wind. Reap comes out faster, it deals more damage, and the Silence Cone is a lot more reliable once your interface is Crowstorm. It's also
in fairness, the silence on Dark Wind was very, very reliable.
It was, but the travel time and the bounces definitely ruined it if your AoE silencing was Crowstorm. Because with Crowstorm, you really just walk in, instantly silence everybody. And Dark Wind doesn't really do that because the projectile's so slow.
But keep in mind, only the very center of Reap silences.
Oh yeah,
it's actually smaller than you think.
It is smaller than you think, but it's also like the center of a cone that comes out super fast. Travel speed, I think, in this case matters more. And I think Reap just does more damage than Dark Wind, to be honest.
It does. Maybe if you can, it depends on how many it hits. Because Dark Wind always hits like the entire enemy team, right?
Yeah, but there's also RNG bounce, so you could waste hits on minions.
It's not. I mean, like it's always guaranteed to hit everything at least once.
Oh, kill on the
and it bounces a lot. Oh,
it 6 bounces across all ranks. Yeah. I mean,
because Reap only does 84 damage. It's not a lot.
Oh yeah.
It's not a lot.
Yeah, but it's like everyone, you know? I think it's just more utility for Fiddlesticks in general. I mean, to the demise of ARAM players everywhere. Or I guess happiness, depending on whether or not you like or hate seeing him. Old Dark Wind is gone for good now. Oh, but here comes a Crowstorm. The Reap Silence. The Terrify. The Drain. But the turn is coming here from the Leona. There's going to be a 1-for-1 flash. Xanthus Blade doesn't find it. But the Graves is here. Does he have collateral damage? He does not. He shouldn't be chasing without that. So they find a 1-for-1 in mid lane. But they do commit the support from Reti. It is going to result in the Dragon rotation. So goodbye Mountain Drake. Well, yeah, to the demise of Fiddlesticks ARAM players and the happiness of non-Fiddlesticks ARAM players everywhere, Dark Wind is now a fully a thing of the past. It is definitely like, well, I think the most oppressive skill on ARAM is Dark Wind.
Definitely a relic of a different time.
Yeah.
You'll never see that kind of RNG on champion ability anymore.
Yeah, like that was back in the day where almost all the targeting was just random.
I do want to point out, while we're talking about ARAM, Riot has taken steps to fix ARAM-only accounts by making a large number of champions available for all players on ARAM,
That
like
is
70
true.
or something.
They made, I think 56 was the correct number, or might actually been 70, I don't remember.
It's a lot of champions. It's a lot of champions.
Then people were asking, like, why don't you just enable everyone? Like, what's stopping you from doing that?
Probably money.
Probably, but I wouldn't mind seeing like all champions unlocked for ARAM. Because, I mean, most people who play ARAM have every champion already. So might as well. It seems like a logical jump, you know? But I do commend them for at least taking that step in the right direction. ARAM accounts are not fun to go up against. They just roll the dice with a very stacked deck. That's two different gambling tools, but I'm mixing them. But yeah, you're playing against really stacked accounts, and it just doesn't feel fun when you're up against ARAM accounts, and they high roll way easier than you do. So I'm glad that they're at least addressing that.
And
issue.
only one of you can high roll, right? Because champs can't be repeated.
You can definitely like high roll some champs and just bench them. Well, that's gonna be a 4-man collapse onto bot lane. Leona's gonna die. That's sad.
The classic 4-man gank on bot.
Yeah, Fiddle dropped a Scarecrow there. Unfortunately, he dropped it on a pink ward, so that's all the surprise ruined. Harmless Scarecrow. Like, I guess the whole faking a spell at you is kind of neat, but the real utility of this thing is, man, that is a very powerful trinket. Like, that is so good.
Yeah, free pinks.
It's free pinks past level 6. You can always hold 2 of them, and it doesn't stop you from buying pinks in your own inventory. That's a champion with 4 pink wards. Like, that is insanely good. But my question here, because it is April 1st, the first day of patch 10.7, and this question is going to be answered pretty soon, just because I'll discover it by myself. What happens on ARAM? There are no trinkets on ARAM. Everyone has Poro snacks.
Oh, he probably has. It probably replaces the Poro snacks with the.
So he can't feed Poros.
That might be true.
Oh, here comes the channel. The flea goes onto the Mundo. Mundo has to run. He's gonna flash and pop his ultimate to run away. He's just fine. I don't think he's ever gonna die to a Fiddlesticks solo gank, unless the Fiddlesticks walks away from Morelos. In fact, Morelos is actually a pretty good buy this game for the Fiddlesticks as well. Just purely to shut down the Mundo region. He's actually doing quite well in this lane against the Fiora, who should in theory just destroy him. Early Tavai, early Bommies, early Thornmill, the cookie cutter bread and butter build against AD as a tank top, and it's definitely paying off for him. He's actually winning these trades against Fiora. Here comes the Grave. He's here to settle the score. The repulse actually dodges collateral damage! It was a mind game.
That was disappointing. The Fiora started riposting before he threw out the ult.
Yeah.
He should have just waited it out.
It was a mind game and Graves lost it fully. But that's also going to convert to first turret here for red team. So no complaints there. Oh, Pantheon coming in for an all in, but that's a bad idea into Chaos Storm. Fiddlesticks is going to run out with a Reap. And the Gravity Wall gets dropped on him. He's taking so much damage here. Bountiful Harvest maybe to heal, but he still needs... He can't terrify him again. Here comes a Drain, the explosion. Oh my god, Fiddle just dies to the Victor. What is he doing? And look, the Crow's fake a spell cast. Oh, just kidding. Nothing major happens. Pantheon dies. Victor gets a double kill. I don't know what the Fiddlesticks was thinking. I don't think he wins that trade no matter what, but he still commits to it. That was pretty bad. Now I wonder, Ross Boomsocks actually made a video pointing out a Fiddle interaction where if you build Redemption and you cast it with Runic Echoes, the AoE of the Runic Echo Splash can actually trigger Fiddle's Terrify. And it essentially gives you a really long range, essentially semi-global way to AoE CC people. I wonder if they fix that.
Do they need to? I mean, are you really going to be building...
Oh, maybe, but here comes a Crowstorm. 5-man Bottle Harvest. One of them is on the Scuttle though, so that's already good. But he kills out the Leona. Ezreal's also gonna die. Here comes the teleport from the moon though. He throws a trophy into the Fiddlestick's face and kills him off. And now he's taking so much damage, he's just gonna die. I said trophy, but it's not even the TPA skin. I'm just used to saying trophy. It's gonna be a 4-for-1, but at least red team walks away with the Drake. Overall, probably not worth it, but they get the objective.
That was a very big suck by Fiddle. Good for him.
It was. He got a 4-man drain, but one of the targets was Scuttlecrab, but still, 4-man drain. When they rework Fiddlesticks, they did say that they're going to make Crowstorm his centerpiece, and I think for the most part they have. Drain is now AoE around the same range as everybody sitting in Glowstorm. Reap is much easier to connect onto multiple targets during Crowstorm as well. A lot of... reducing a lot of long range poke in favor of just short range burst. That's where he wants to be for the most part. Rework Terrify also allows him to actually apply CC with Crowstorm, which is just terrifying in the right situation. And his kit, which is built so much around Vision Denial on his trinket. He can definitely be a very scary pick in the coming days as people learn to play him better. Just the fact that he can have 4 pinks. That already sounds really insane to me, and I feel like it's only gonna be a matter of time before people really find ways to just shut out a part of the map with like essentially 4 different sweepers and set up an ambush, or at least just deny enough vision that they can't afford to walk in.
Can't he only have 3? He has 2 effigies, right?
2 effigies. 2 effigies, but he can also just buy 2 pinks.
Right, but he can only have 3 down at once. So it's...
Oh, there's nothing stopping you from just putting another pink down. Like, you can just treat them as 4 separate sweepers, and it still probably be a good play. Victor's gonna come down here and clean up the Vayne after winning that 2v2. Here comes a Crowstorm that silenced onto the Victor as well. But he's not really taking that much damage, unfortunately. Crowstorm will end.
He needs to stop sucking.
Yeah.
He needs to run while Crowstorm is active.
Oh yeah, Fiddle ran out of damage. And meanwhile, Mundo's actually pushed all the way into top lane and hip tower. Oh no, this viewer is gonna have me a good day. Oh boy. How did that tower fall?
They got both of them with like Herald, remember?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember now. But Ezreal's gonna find a kill, slightest missing shot. Double kill for the Ezreal. That's gonna be the the Scarecrow second death. Well, 4th death, I mean. Not second. I'm tired. I punched my microphone as well by accident. I apologize. So far, this has been a pretty laid-back cast. One team is definitely a lot more ahead than the other. So,
and for once, it's Andy's team.
Yeah, for once. Imagine that. But yeah, I just think that... I don't know, I just looked at the effigies and my first instinct was that's OP. And I'm just waiting for some advanced vision strats to prove me right. There's just so much information denial. But in solo queue, might not matter as much because nobody wards.
So are people going to go back to playing him as support?
I don't think so. His whole idea is of being this ambush mage kinda relies on him being all over the map. Because presence alone counts for something, and if you shackle him with an AD carry, he's a lot less effective. Vision Denial is part of a jungler's job anyway, so oh, but here comes another Crowstorm. Bonnie just getting camped this game. 3-man humps onto the Leona, and Fiddlesticks tries to drive off the Ezreal, but Leona not long for this world. Ezreal lives.
Just a classic 4-man gank on the Leona.
Ezreal does live, but meanwhile, the rest of their map is kind of in shambles, not gonna lie. Mid lane tower fell, Top lane is stripped down to the end-hip tower, but there's still 4-man diving bot as if nothing else is happening. Fiora's just getting bullied on her own tower. This is... Somebody send her some help. Here comes the Pantheon. He's coming back for more. Vayne is gonna roll in as well, but the Victor comes in to help. Ezreal might die, but the cleanup crew might be arriving. But no, Vayne doesn't get hit by a tower shot, and now Victor gets turned on. Herald 2 gets dropped top lane, but nobody on blue team seems to care except the Fiora. They're still fighting down here. Okay, Vayne is gonna be the first to pull the trigger to recall. Pantheon is gonna follow. Laser kills out the Pantheon. Laser kills out the Fiddlestick, and that's actually gonna cancel the Pantheon recall. So now it's just a Thresh back home. Shelly gets another charge. She's actually hitting the Nexus turrets, but the Vayne finally arrives back home to clean up. I.e. ADC ass just got killed off by the ADC. Oh boy.
Ironic.
How ironic. But how awkward it is as a top laner when Shelly got dropped twice on your lane and the rest of your team, literally all of your team, still fighting bot lane as if nothing is happening up there. It's only until the base started to fall that they're like, oh, we should go back. And now the Fiora, despite holding a CS lead over the Mundo, just can't breathe with the pressure that's been given to her. Overall, map win for red team. Honestly, like they killed an inhib here. Oh, the Chaos Storm is a little bit overkill. I don't think you need that to secure the Drake. In fact, I thought that was a blue team Chaos Storm for a sec for some reason. Because why would you Chaos Storm there? But the Chaos Storm for the Drake secure. Red team's gonna put themselves on soul point. So despite all that action bot lane, blue team hasn't actually secured the objective sitting at bot lane. In fact, they didn't even kill that tower yet. Grand Starfall's gonna come in, but why though? He's alone.
Wait, where? Wait, where?
Can he make it out? No. He's pretty dead.
Scaffold in place, Logan.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
he jumped from here. He jumped from that brush into the alcove. He jumped in place.
Nice. I didn't even realize. I was like, that's kind of mind-bogglingly done.
He was trying to get out, but I think he misclicked.
Yeah, he might have misclicked on the minimap. I didn't even realize that was the case. I was looking away when he started the Skyfall, so I had no idea where he was. I just assumed he was suiciding or something. Well, I was half right.
In a way, he was.
Yeah, I was half right on that. And now, blue team losing turret after turret. It's 6 turrets killed to 0. My god. So how's an ambush mage going to ambush when the map just isn't yours anymore? 1, 5, and 6. This Fiddlestick's not having a good day here. He's just been shut down pretty well. A lot of his ganks also just hasn't been effective. Now, this is the first Fiddlesticks that we casted in the Fiddle rework patch, and I must say, thoroughly unimpressed with him. Vayne's just gonna die here. But maybe there's a counter kill here. The Ignite is taking. LeBron's James does find that kill. And here comes the Crow Storm. He's also gonna flash in. I don't know, man. You don't do that much damage, and he's just gonna instantly die. The suck actually goes on to the Ezreal. Turret shot kills him off. Fiddlesticks finds his second kill of the game. But man, it was a very expensive kill for him to find. Here comes a Pantheon. He has a jump. He picks a Mundo as his target. Mundo's sitting on so much armor that there's no way a Pantheon can ever kill him. Mundo's so far ahead of the Pantheon right now that I think if he just stood still, Stormmail kills Pantheon before he dies. Pantheon himself also doesn't necessarily have the most hard-hitting items. He's working on Death Dance. He's only sitting on a Ghost Blade. That lethality may as well just not exist. Mundo's sitting on so much armor. Sunfire's Tabai and Stormmail all complete. And he's working on what appears to be Righteous Glory or something. No, he's not working on Righteous Glory. He's buying a Warmox, it seems. But this Mundo is just stacking armor this whole game. His Fiddlesticks is just a non-factor for AP damage. Here comes the Vayne, she's gonna condemn him into the wall, but Gravity Wall drives her back. This is what I was talking about, there's so much zone. Fiddlesticks re-engages, but he has no health. Goodbye, Fiddlesticks.
Yeah, this is an unimpressive showing. I feel like new Fiddle is pretty much the same as old Fiddle, just slightly more consistent.
I do think his kit is stronger overall. Maybe his damage is lower, which...
I don't think it is lower. It shouldn't be. This guy's just feeding his ass off.
That's true.
But if you saw the Fiddle in the last game, he was doing pretty good. I don't think the damage is lower.
Maybe not, but like this is definitely my perception of it now that I'm like focusing casting on Fiddlesticks. Like, oh wow, he sucks. He does no damage, but he's also 2 and 7. So
yeah, this guy's really behind.
Like, his kit is way better for sure, unless you're an ARAM player. Reap, I think, is still just a better tool. At least it slows and silences. Terrify actually does damage now. W Drain is now AoE. And Crowstorm is just good old Crowstorm that can also CC if you land it from vision. Like, if you land it from outside the vision. And his passive is just broken. But, I don't know, man. Like, you can't... You have to set up good ambushes. You need to deny vision. You need to be proactive with it. And I don't think this Fiddle in particular
he has a pretty good vision score, actually.
Oh yeah, but that's not hard. Like,
yeah,
the effigies are so spammable.
Here it comes. Here comes the fight.
Here comes the fight. Fiora's gonna die first. Fiddle Crowstorms into the pit, but Zayas means he can't secure the Ocean Soul, so Ocean Soul goes over to red team, and already 4 members are just evaporated. 3 of them dies off screen.
I'm waiting for the surrender vote to come in any second.
One has failed about a minute ago, so it's on cooldown.
Dang.
We're not gonna see a surrender here, but we are gonna see red team.
Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna take all 3 inhibs, or just end it.
I don't think they can end here because the respawn timers aren't necessarily the quickest. But they can definitely do some serious damage to the base here. Top lane they have just respawned too, it's just not catching a break. Leona going for a solo mission on the bot turret. A little bit of miscommunication there.
For her. Respectable.
But the Thresh
this is complete miscommunication. You got Leona bot, 2 mid, Ezreal's the only one going for top and mid.
Here comes the TP. Do they actually want to fight this in blue team's own base? This is pretty bad.
Go for it. Why not? They're so much stronger.
Fiora dashes this. True damage killing off the Mundo here. It's going to be a 1-for-1 so far. That was a suicide dive from Fiora. Kamikaze and with her way in. Ezreal's going to hunt down the Thresh on the side. And now Fiddlesticks dragging his limp body away from the Victor. And Victor just not showing any mercy, blasting him down. And now the Graves shooting the Vayne. It's a shootout, but the true shot interrupts. Kills off the Vayne in a 1v1. Now, yet again, blue team loses a team fight in their own base. And I believe the game is over here. It's just a Pantheon. He's cutting the mini waves. But what's the use of cutting a mini wave when you have no towers left in your base? 10 towers to 0, a complete turret shutout, and red team takes the win.
You know, so far today, I think I've seen Fiddle with an exact 50% win rate.
Oh yeah, we saw one win that we didn't cast, and then we saw one lose.
Yes, I saw one win and lose as well in my own ranked games. So similar situation.
It does appear to be a split 50. What is your thoughts on this Fiddle rework?
Pretty much the same as old Fiddle. Is kind of my, but he's a little bit more consistent. I don't know if that's good enough to push him into the meta. I think the vision control is crazy, but like in solo queue, I don't know. We'll see.
Vision controls may be crazy, but doesn't do you any good when your enemy is literally dropping Herald in your base and you're still 4-man ganking bot lane.
Did you guys see those 4-man ganks bot while we were taking in him? Those are the best.
My god, like what were they thinking?
I felt so bad for Fiora. I was like, yo, you're getting you're getting Herald dropped on you with 2 dogs, and your whole team is making a Leona.
They don't even kill the turret?
Oh yeah, fun fact, that Fiora was our Aurelia from the
Yeah.
game.
Oh yeah, we noticed.
So, LUL.
So, Andy, what do you think of New Fiddlestick?
I think he's actually broken.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's two main things that make him incredibly broken for me. First one is holding 4 pink wards. Okay,
Yes, that's the part I call out.
that along with the fact that 2 of those pink wards like can potentially burn a summoner in the late game, which are dumb. I think that mechanic's stupid. Like where he can like randomly ult or flash on you or do whatever, some random shit. He almost made Raymond flash. I don't know if you noticed.
I have had that experience. I feel like you can kind of predict the effigies though.
No, I don't know. It's still stupid. I think it's a stupid mechanic. Second one is, I think his ulti plus fear is super. Honestly, his fear passive is pretty broken. I think, because even if he's behind, he can like he'll be 0-10, but he can still fuck like 5 people in team fight.
But Andy, we just saw a good example of a fiddle who was 2-7 and literally did nothing because he would go away and just instantly die. I wasn't feeling the AoE fears that much.
That's because he was only hitting like Leona with his ultimate. He pretty much almost never hit me, or the Victor. I mean, yeah.
Which is kind of still part of the problem of Fiddlesticks, right? Like he still needs to really position well to get a good ult off.
The thing is,
Yeah, he does.
The thing is,
Yeah.
now he actually has the tools to position well.
Yeah, he does though. Yeah.
He has a
You
lot
just
of good
carry
pinks.
4
He has a lot
pinks,
of-
you shut out the entire quadrant of the map, and you just ambush from there.
But yeah, no, definitely the most broken thing is holding 4 pinks. That's really stupid. He's gonna
Okay,
be.
come play TFT.
Yeah, let him come play TFT.
Okay.
He's definitely going to be in pro play, 100%. They will like if they find even a little spot to squeeze him in, they will put him on a LCS or a EU LCK, in some form, just because of the 4 pink wars you can hold late game. It's super dumb.